I'm live. Hey everyone, how are you? I'm coming live. It's been a while. Today is June 10th. Yeah, today is June 10th, Thursday, June 10th, 10:47. And again, I came live to see if I don't know why my StreamYard is giving me such a hard time to see the comments, to see the number of people in here. I don't know how to correct that. I don't know where to start. But if you are in here, thank you for being in here. Take your time and listen. This is a live 30 minutes or less because I do have to, I'm not going to be here long, but I want to take my time and engage and see how everyone is doing. I just don't know why my comments are not showing up. I see uh, StreamYard has new features. You can show comments on stage. I don't know. Let me see something. Cordy Deuces, Extrapolate is not on. Oh, I got the free plan. I guess that's why you're giving me a hard time. Maybe I need to upgrade to a better plan, but I don't see any comments. I don't see anybody in here, and it's okay. I haven't been live on this side of town for a long time, but I'm here. You're here. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It's been a little bit hectic and chaotic. However, I still persist. I still push through. Everything's okay for now, for the most part. I Zachary's in school. He's in summer school, which he is grateful to be. And I'm grateful that here in New York City, children that need extra schooling and just that can appreciate it and use it is offered to them. So shout out to all the children that's in summer school. Some children don't need it. But anyway, I'm not the type of person to sit there and berate kids based on their academics and all that bullshit that other stupid ass people do, like downing kids, talking about children because they're in summer school, and then you look at their children, you be like, oh, please, with the bullshit. But I just wanted to say that for starters, a lot's been going on in the world. It is the summer. It is the hottest summer of 2025. I was just sharing my thoughts about summer. Climate change is real. So when someone be like, I'm like, oh well, it's hot outside. It's really hot outside, and all they can say because they don't think beyond reason is, oh well, it's summer. Well, no, climate change is real, and there is proof of that climate change is real. Like beginning of the summer in June, it was like 90 degrees before summer even started. It was a heat wave before summer officially started in New York City. Now today it's like warm. It's gray outside. It's supposed to rain, but it's not as humid, so it's okay. It's bearable. But I hate the summer. I mean, I don't hate it because it's summer. I don't like the heat. It's just it's just too much for me. I always disliked and hated the summer. And then you know how people that think they know you or just have a script or just I told my son this. He's a conformist. I said I hate the summer. I don't like the summer. So he automatically assumed because I hate the summer and I don't like the summer that I will complain about the winter. I said slow your bro, pump your brakes. Everyone don't like the summer. There are some people that love the winter and fall, which is me, who I am. The coldest it get, the better I am, but not like frigid or freezing temperature that can like freeze you out or not like that. I like the winter. I like to wear my coat open in the winter. And people be calling me crazy, and I just be looking at them like, you really think that I will be shivering? You think I would be dressing and not how to dress myself? I'm a grown ass woman. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. But climate change is real. It's really hot in the summertime. I got to go through this abuse, torture for the next 3 months because it is torture for me, personally speaking. But we're not going to stay on that. So I hope everyone that who enjoyed this summer, I hope you are enjoying your summer and do what you feel. What makes you happy. So let's get started. If I haven't already gotten started already, the last time I was talking about the P. Shitty Diddy trial. He was found guilty. He was not found guilty on the most serious charges. It's like boo hoo. Like that's sad that we live in America and America neglect to do the right thing and to serve justice to the people that needs to be served justice to. Um, Whether he get life or he don't, he's still a creep. He's still a predator. He's still a sick man. He's still a black man that's sick and is a criminal. And I know I like to hear people say, "Well, you know what? Start bringing our black men down." Like fuck that type of black man. Like that type of black man that you honor and reward is not the type of black man that I will honor and reward. He's a sick man, so it's okay for him to be a black criminal because he's black. Oh, it's okay for him to be a black man terrorizing other people. And then here come the people that don't know anything about another. Oh, well, you know what? The women, they knew what they was doing. They, whatever, all the bullshit that brain dead people talk and brain dead people speak. But I hope he stay in jail for quite some time. The world will be much safer if he comes home and if he gets out. um, I wouldn't feel safe as a woman. I just feel like this case gives other men set an example in a good and bad way. In a good way, like you definitely have to have money to be that type of pedigree of predator that Diddy is, because he is a predator. And his pedigree is a little bit more on a higher echelon, on a higher scale. So all these men are running around thinking that they could like stick up and protest for Diddy and politic for him. You don't have no money. You don't have nothing to offer. All you have to do and all you're doing is like showing that you are dangerous just as much as Diddy, but you just don't have no money to get your way out of trouble. And a good thing is if men feel like they are so superior to women, it shows that you probably will have to have at least $20 million in your pocket. That's a good thing that Diddy showed. Like you have to show that if you want to do everything that Diddy did to a woman and get away with it, you have to start off with at least $20 million, because that's how much he had to pay Cassie for her writing a book and her not releasing the book. But she deserved 20 million or more for the abuse that she suffered and endured from the hands of a monster, a predator, a sick psychopath. He's a sick man, and in this era of men, just I'm not like counting men out. I'm not like disowning men completely, because like we know all men are not the same, bullshit. But I'm not going to sit there and not give or just like put all men into one basket, or lump them all together. But I'll definitely know how to go about like trying to be or have a little interest in men. Like if you are a Diddy supporter, stay away from me. If you are a Trump supporter, stay away from me. If you are the type of man that sit there and yell and scream, talking about oh men get the short end of the stick, stay away from me, right? If because everybody know, and if you know me, and I always stress, and I don't even hesitate to say how I feel about men. I hate the men that I hate, and I love the men that I love. And if you didn't make the cut, oh well. Some men are unlovable. Diddy is unlovable. His mother was in the courthouse every single day. His children were in the courthouse every single day. That's their prerogative. That's their choice. I wouldn't do nothing like that. I was like, you know what? This you did it to yourself. Even though they didn't get him on the highest, most serious charges, okay. But the fact that he had to go through this for a whole year to get his name, clear his name because of his irresponsibility and his lack of respect and total disregard for women, men, and just humans as a whole is shows you something. He I heard that the inmates when he got back to his cell was cheering him on. I guess they was cheering him on to let him know, like, listen, I'll take whoever place needs to be taken if you need someone to cover you, right? Then you have the women that were standing there taking it for him, pumping their fists for him, letting everyone know that oh he's a black man. Black men shouldn't be taken down like this. Black men are not special. Black men when they are born, they should be like automatically given liability insurance because they are liabilities. They're not even looked at as human. And as far as black men talking so nasty and demeaning and degrading and just horribly about black women, I feel like they need to sit down and take a look at themselves because they are. It's kind of hard for men in general, but especially black men in particular, to sit back and analyze and reflect on their own views, especially their hate, their strong hate towards black women. And I'll leave it like this, and I'll say wrap it up with a couple of things about Diddy. Not Diddy, past him. If he get life in prison, which he won't. If he get 20 years in prison, maybe he will. If he get even 10 years in prison, that's good. If he get 5 years in prison, that's good. The longer he stay in prison, the longer and I will feel much more safer with him and his descendants and his defenders and his diabolical tribe defending him, thinking what he did was justice. But what I want to say to the black men is like, you know what? I don't have to love you because you're a black man. Don't force me. Don't try to persuade me. Don't try to entice me to love you based on your color. I like the aesthetic of a black man. I like the aesthetic of a man. Of course, I'm not a straight woman, but I like the aesthetic of a black man, and I like the aesthetic of a man in general. So that just goes to show you that I don't. I'm not like I love everyone, not like everyone, but I love everyone. I don't discriminate and I'm not prejudiced. Not in this particular situation. But what I want black men to know is like you sit there, you demean, you degrade, you berate, you disrespect, you just do everything to black women that you feel that is necessary to try to destroy our character, which it's not going to happen. Not over here, it's not. I move on. And a lot of other women move on, or they don't even pay close attention to your odd behaviors. So what in my time of thinking, and I bring it home with this, like to the black men that do all the above that I stated to black women, the same way that you hate black women is the same way that the police and cops feel about you. Police see you, they stop you, they think automatically think you're a criminal, which Diddy is a criminal. He's a criminal, a black criminal. And police officers are probably taught from the start that a black man is a problem, a black man is dangerous, and you treat them as such. You don't give them no room for growth, you don't give them no opportunities. So the same way, and I feel, and I have to say this to black men, I'm like, oh, you're another black man that hate black women. They'll try to defend it, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking. Like, no, you hate black women. It tells, I show, and you hate all women, but not just all women, but you hate black women in particular. And I'm talking about the black men that hate black women in particular. These are the ones that berate us because we do what we want to do and go about our business and don't even give them the time of day as far as the attention that they want and they need. We don't give it to you. We know that you're sick people. And I'm not talking about the black men that are not. I'm not talking about the black men that um, don't hate black women. I'm talking about the black women men that do hate black women. And you just have to like thought of the day. Take this into consideration. Black men that hate black women because it shows that you spread your hate, you influence other young men to hate. Like the same way that you think of us black women is the same way that the cops and police think of you, right? So I feel safe with a cop around, a police around, like having them in my neighborhood if there is a black man that hate black women. That's how I feel about that, right? Because black men don't have a chance in the USA or America. Black men is not looked at as human, just like black men don't look at us black women like we're human, right? And that's just how I feel about that. But Diddy, your prime example, your role model, your guru, your God, he don't care about you because Diddy has done nothing for the black community. Every black man, every black woman that's sitting there defending Diddy, that's sitting there politicking, protesting, his descendants. Ask yourself, what have Diddy done for the black community? And that's a question that the people that so quick to say our people, and I hate when people say that, black people especially. I'm like, don't put me a part of that bullshit. I don't want to be a part of our people. I'm not a cult. I'm not in a cult at all. But the people that are so quick to say our people hate each other, right? No, it's true. It could be true. I don't hate black people at all. Now, like when I was younger, because I didn't understand right from wrong, like in my 20s, I probably said, "Oh, I hate black people," but you wouldn't find me saying that shit now. You wouldn't find me saying that shit in my 30s, like in my late 20s, because as you learn, as you grow, you learn and you learn like different cultures and different races. There's no reason for you to hate your community in particular as an individual. No. But I do hear people how they, and black men, you have to take responsibility. You brought this on yourself. Malcolm X said it the best, and it's true. The black woman is the only one woman is disrespected in America. I'm paraphrasing. A lot of people don't like adhere to that, but it's true, right? Because they have so much lip when it comes to black women. They have so many opinions when it comes to black women. But these same black men, and I'm only talking about the black men that show disgust and disdain and disrespect and despair towards us black women because you don't like how we look, you don't like how we talk, you don't like how we eat, you don't like how we dress, you don't like the way we sleep, you don't like the way we think, you don't like nothing about us black men that hate black women. And it's not because I hate you as an individual. You probably just one of the men that I hate because you hate women in the way you treat women, not because you're black, right? If anyone was to say, well, if you have a choice between or what's your preference, and it's not because I have a preference, is I'm just automatically attracted to black men. Not that I haven't dated outside of my race, and many other women. I want other women to realize that you can date outside your race. It may be a little bit different, right? Like black men, like what have you done that say that you hate your black woman so much? What have you done for black the community or any other community for that matter? What have you done? What contributions have you paid or given, contributed, excuse me, to society? What have you given back? What contributions have you made towards society? Nothing. And I say that because I experience a lot of men who pump their fist and so quick to be sassy. And I'm going to use that word because it applies to the black men that want to berate and degrade black women. Like you're like if you want to, and you're the ones. And I'm just talking about. And I'm not. Let's get off the topic of black men, but I'm just talking about men in general. You're the ones who usually start the argument. You're the ones who not are thinking too rationally. You're the ones who get beside yourself. But when you have a reasonable and logical response, oh, you whimper. Just ask yourself that. And if you have a black man in your life and he speak like that and he thinks so less of black women or women in general, to sum it up, ask yourself what this man has done nothing to contribute to society. This man has done nothing to build community. This man has done nothing to make sure or ensure that his family would be okay if something was to happen to him today or tomorrow. This man has did nothing to make sure that he will be okay for his future, particularly his brain, his mindset, his growth, a healthy mindset, a growth mindset. Like think about that shit before you come down on a person like me that's going to speak her mind, that's proud to speak her mind, that's not going to be backed into a corner, right? So after Diddy but I was feeling like after Diddy's case, I mean trial verdict came in, I was like, oh, I didn't even have. I just turned off the internet for a day because I was like, I was watching, listening about the verdict, and when it's like, oh, and this is how you know that Diddy is a psychotic predator and he has learned nothing. He would never learn nothing. So when he was in the courtroom and they read the verdict, he was cheering. He was happy. He was elated. He thought he was going to get out that day. The judge was like, "Oops, sorry. You jumped to conclusions. You made a broad assumption. Your ass is staying in here until October." Like the fact that he did not reflect one bit on himself when he probably did a little tiny bit. But the fact that he was sharing, thanking the jury and praising because they found him guilty on two lesser charges, knowing that he is a criminal and a predator, it just goes to show you men don't learn shit. It just goes to show you he will come home with the same behaviors that he was sent to jail for. And I'll leave it like that on that note on Diddy, right? But going forward, moving forward, I have just been, you know, trying to get my brain, my mind into a productive, healthy mindset, which it is, and it's mostly can be, but I do have a few minor setbacks, with my dad being sick and everything. And I'm grateful that I have a audience, not an audience, a community to share that with. Um, it's been rough, it's been tough. It hasn't set in like usually, but that watching someone that's sick and that may not recover fully to the fullest to their fullest potential, it's never okay. But I'm good. Everything is good. I do have support. I have a handful of support, and that's all that matters. But I did wanted to say, God, I've been just you know browsing the internet, browsing YouTube. It's nothing so exciting to report. I definitely am going to continue with my my content, and it's going to still remain the same. Maybe you see a little few changes. Maybe you'll see a little more excitement. Maybe you'll see a little bit more themes and drama, or maybe you'll see a little studio and stuff like that. But I don't want to come to anyone. I don't want to come and I don't want to be on this internet and giving my audience and my supporters and my community a half-ass job done. I don't want to do that. But I will say this before I leave, if you are still here, because if you're still here listening and you see the title, it said 30 minutes or less. So if you're still here listening, tuning in, that means that you are my true supporter and that you are here to listen and to see what's going on and what I've been up to. Thank you so much. But I did see this is for my audience that's listening now and that's still here and that's tuning in. And because I can't see your comments, I don't know how many people's in here. Um, so I was on Latrice Allen's side. I've been watching her skits with her children. And of course, I am and may lose if you are a Latrice Allen supporter. Your support and maybe even your subscription. That's okay. I still want to grow. I feel like her skits with her children are so disgusting. The topics, the discussion, just the thoughts behind everything that she say and do, especially with her daughter. That is not absolute. That's not something that I would think that, oh, that's a valuable lesson you're teaching your children. Like Latrice Allen, even though I like I'm not gonna say, oh my goodness, I was so much in love with Latrice. I used to watch it because I didn't. I don't like shit like that. I don't. I don't watch people that do dumb shit. Like, and people may say I speak dumb shit, but I can guarantee you I don't. But her skits are dumb as fuck, and her skits are disgusting, and her skits are like a definitely, definitely not a learning or teachable moment. I don't know where she get the idea that she have to show do after school specials with her children. But one of her skits that she did with her daughter coming in late at night and she accusing her daughter of out hunching. Why is that the first thing that comes to your mind when it comes to your children doing like staying at like even if it was a skit, I don't care if it was a skit or not. It was intention behind the skit and it was thought put behind the skit. I don't care if it was a skit or not. I could still and you can too, audience, still question it. That's like a low down dirty skit. The skit didn't have no substance to it. One skit she did, she was riding, going look for her daughter, and she said her daughter was out for a couple of days, and I guess whoever was filming her, she got her kids thinking, what type of growth is that? What type of example are you setting for your children? Sitting there, everything is surrounded by hunching, or everything is surrounded by. The one thing that stood out to me, and she said many things, but one thing I remember, I'm trying to see, is when she accused. No, no, I think when she rode the car to get her daughter and ran down the street talking about she was going to pick the daughter up because she don't want her daughter to be out here doing this and doing that. But the person that was filming her was sitting there, she was sitting on the ground looking like, she didn't have no food, she didn't have no sleep, she didn't change her clothes, and she was sitting there, and a camera guy, I don't know if it was her brother, saying to her, oh, look at you let them run a train on you dirty, you haven't been eating. Like, that is disgusting. Black women demeaning and degrading their own black daughters is absolutely disgusting. I don't find nothing attractive. I don't find no valuable lesson in um, her skits, Latrice Allen. It's absolutely despicable. Right? In another skit, she was filming, asking her daughter and the twins two questions about her oldest son. It goes to show you that how Latrice manipulate and play her children against one another. That in that moment right there, she was playing her twins, her daughter against the oldest child, manipulating them against each other, playing them against each other. I don't know why Latrice, and then it's just her mindset alone, the way she think, but her audience loves it. They eat it up. It's just that the skits are disgusting. It's nothing about the children. Her skits are disgusting, especially the topics. Especially the topics. Like, grow up. Get some better content. The other skit that she did was like she always liked to brandish her pistol. Why? That's dumb to me. This is why people like that shouldn't have a pistol. You're supposed to use your pistol when it's needed. Not sitting there showing it for a show and tell. Not sitting there showing it as a toy. You're not a law enforcement officer. You're not one of those people that probably need a pistol, but you have one because you can get one. Like, you sitting there brandishing your pistol to prove a point, or you sitting there berating, demeaning, degrading, lowering your daughter's self-esteem because of your sick, twisted thoughts that runs through your mind daily. Your daughter will probably, and your son's probably, yeah. Oh, and the other skit she did, it's coming to a halt. It's 27 minutes. The other skit that she did with her sons, the same thing. He was out with an older woman. Oh, you going around hunching on older woman like that? That's disgusting. Like, I have two grown boys, they do what they want to do, but I'm not going to sit there and put them on camera at the age of 14 and berate them and drag them and make shit up. All these skits that Latrice is doing, she's making this shit up in her head. Like, this shit don't even exist. I don't know what point she's trying to prove. I don't know what message she's trying to send. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish. But that shit was disgusting to me. I'm sorry. I'm not taking it back. It was just disgusting. Her skits are disgusting, especially when it comes to her children and the topics at hand. And it's unnecessary. I'm not going to talk about her house. I guess she moved into her house and everything. And I'm not going to berate her because I don't want to make this a Latrice Allen um, a content, but she's doing well. She got her kids living in a decent home, and they seem to be healthy. They seem to be flourishing. They love their mom, and that's good. But the fact that this woman think what she's do what she did say, and I know that she was a sick woman when she said, "Oh, like, just because that happened to other women, that don't mean he gonna do it to me." She's sick. I don't know why you think you special. She was talking about Diddy and other black men that abuse women and beat the crap out of women. She said, "Oh well, just because he did it to you, that don't mean he's gonna do it to me." She's a sick woman if she talk like that, right? But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, and I'm not going to say nothing else about it. Maybe I'll talk about her on my other channel, Alter Ego Perspective with Bronx Girl. But for now, this is insight and perspective, and I'll be talking about my content. But I just wanted to share that with my listeners who's listening to the end. So, with that being said, my beautiful people, it's summertime 2025. I will be back soon, and you know how the saying goes. Thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a good day.